Hello, my name is John Lowry. I'm a musician and a singer and songwriter. And today I'm talking about the Godin A6 Ultra. They come from Canada. I've had this guitar now for about maybe 4 months. I got it online. It was actually used. I was a little nervous buying it. It's a 2017. I had the serial number checked on it. And a friend of mine introduced me to Godin. I'd never played one before I got it. I just saw a lot of videos like the one you're watching right now, reviewing the guitar. And the thing that struck me as really being cool about it is it's an acoustic electric. It's a hollow body. You can hear the hollow. But it's also built with 2 pickup systems. So you've got your piezo pickup here. You've got your humbucker here. And then the piezo would be on this input that's closest to your strap, and then the humbucker would be over here. I tend to play a lot of solo gigs, so I don't usually take out the just the humbucker, but you can run an individual cord from the humbucker directly to an amp, if that makes any sense. You can actually be playing with an acoustic and an electric at the same time. What I usually do is I'll play the acoustic. As you can hear, it sounds pretty nice. And then all this, when I do a lot of looping with what I'm doing, so I'll do. Now, what I love about this is you can blend in the humbucker, put a little delay on. You can add a little bit of blues drive to it. So it sounds like kind of electric going over the acoustic. So that's really cool. That's really cool. And the other thing I love about this guitar, and I highly recommend it for any live performer, is that it's not only like having 2 guitars on stage with you, but you also, with the neck, it reminds me so much of an electric guitar. The strings I've got on it right now are custom lights. So they're bronze, like an acoustic guitar. So you don't necessarily, now Godin, they'll tell you to put steel strings on there, but I play mostly acoustic. So when I'm playing live, I want that acoustic sound. But you can go with steel strings, which is what Godin recommends. I'm going to put a description down below of the strings that I'm using so that you can get them if you decide to go this route. But they're custom lights. They're 50s to 11, 11 being the lightest here, but they're bronze. So typically what I'll do a lot of times when I'm blending is I'll try to stay mostly on the 2 steel strings mostly, which I do anyways just by habit when I'm doing my lead stuff, so it sounds more like an electric guitar. So you're really getting more of a, an acoustic sound with the bronze strings. The key is really controlling these pickups. Like right there I have the humbucker turned up, so you want to have the piezo turned up. As you can see here, if you come in, you've got your piezo right here, your humbucker right here. This is your EQ. This is your treble and gain or treble, and I believe it's treble and low. I hardly ever mess with it for the humbucker. Give you a different sound there. But I love this guitar. It's become my go-to. I have a Bluetooth system I use too for live. I'll put that in the description as well. These are great for playing live. They're inexpensive. I got them for like 40 bucks on Amazon. They don't last forever, but they're good. They're made by a company called Godin, and I'll put a description in there for those as well, along with the guitar strings that I'm using. But yeah, that's what you got here. It's a great guitar. I highly recommend getting one if you're a soloist. that wants to have the option of having an acoustic and an electric on stage at the same time. You can get crazy with effects. Like I've got a blues drive here, I've got a delay, I've got a reverb pedal, I've even got an amp modeler, which I haven't turned on today, which will, you know, when you have the humbucker on, you can mess around with amp modelers, or you can have an amp on stage with you if you want to have that. But in my estimate, I would highly recommend this guitar for a professional soloist, somebody who wants who's doing leads, who's kind of control. They're doing acoustic and a rhythm and lead guitar. That's what I would recommend. So anyhow, I give it a 9 out of 10. The only reason I'll give it a 10 out of 10 is that I have a couple of Taylors and a couple other acoustics, and it's still not 100% going to sound exactly like what you're going to get from like a Taylor guitar, for instance. But the versatility, you can't beat it. So for me, playing mostly background music at restaurants or wineries works out great. I love it. So I highly recommend it. It's my go-to guitar right now, along with my nylon string. I only take out 2 guitars with me right now. This always goes out with me. So again, the Godin A6 Ultra, made in Canada. You can see the back here. You can see it's made in Canada, good quality. They retail for about $1,600. You can find one on used for probably a good one, decent one, probably around $800 is what you're going to spend on a used one. Probably between $800 and $1,200, give or take. But anyhow, that's what I recommend. Thanks.